Much, Kim. Thank you. Well, good evening, everyone. I do appreciate you all joining the call this evening. This is the last of the this week's Evening Business Accelerator Group product training webinars. And tonight we're going to look at Synergy's skincare product range, which is designed and formulated for healthy and luminous skin. And you can see from the slide that it's called Trulum. And just before I go through the products, we're going to talk a little bit about some of the background issues that we may have with the skin. And if you think of beautiful skin, I don't know about you, but I think of baby skin. It's all sort of lovely and plump and rosy, and it just looks absolutely perfect. But unfortunately, as we age, we lose that absolutely perfect skin, even if we're trying to do some really good things to look after our skin. So I'm sure you already know the sort of things that you can actively do to look after your skin. Things like drinking plenty of water, making sure you're hydrated, avoiding very strong sun, eating good fats in your diet, obviously not smoking, avoiding too much alcohol and sugar, and hopefully you all know about balancing your gut microbiome, which is also important for great skin. And all those things we can do something about, but unfortunately the skin is constantly compromised by these three factors: by pollution, by radiation, and by allergens, things which cause an allergic reaction on your skin. And I don't know about you, but I have quite a few things that would trigger allergic reactions on my skin. But these irritants lead to inflammation and very poor cell function, and this is really the root at and the cause of aging. Things that we all get, like age spots, dull, wrinkled skin, even inflamed skin, issues, skin problems like eczema and psoriasis and rosacea, etc. So what Synergy have done is that they've formulated the skincare range with botanical ingredients and very up-to-date science. Can we have the next slide, please, Sue? So the idea of the products is that they are going to prevent these factors having an effect, an aging effect on the skin. And these are the products you can see in front of you. There's 7 products in the range. It's a very comprehensive range of products. And altogether, they comprise something called intrinsic youth technology, which Synergy have formulated within this range. And it's really more than a single product. It really encompasses a holistic approach to having healthy, vibrant skin, right from the surface down through to the foundation levels. It's actually all about reprogramming the skin and giving it all the nutrients it needs to look and act younger. This is, you can see now from the slide, just showing you the sort of ingredients that are in intrinsic youth technology. They are all botanical ingredients and repair signaling enzymes. None of your nasty chemical-laden products that you might find in other products. And just to sum up the intrinsic youth technology, there are 3 areas that we need to look at. And those of you who are familiar with Synergy will know that these categorize the other products as well that we have. So we first of all need to purify the skin and remove and prevent toxins, things like we mentioned earlier, radiation and allergens, from penetrating the top level of the skin, which is the epidermis. We then want to give the skin some strength to strengthen the connective tissue and accelerate the correct cell function in the middle layer of the skin. And then finally, we want to work right down to protect the skin right through to the hypodermis, which is the bottom level of the skin, right at the foundation. And the next slide is going to show us cross-section of the skin. So here we are. And what you'll see are the different layers of the skin there. It's interesting, the top layer of the epidermis is very thin. That's what you can see. It's actually only 0.1 to 0.3 millimeters thick. So it's really, really thin, just a couple of cells thick. And then underneath that, you have the dermis. That's about 10 times thicker than the epidermis. And it contains the hair follicle, as you can see there. And then right at the base level of the skin, you can see those little balls, which represent subcutaneous fat. And that's quite a thick, firm layer, which cushions any physical pressure on the body. And it also insulates the body and helps to regulate body temperature as well. And each product plays a critical role in reprogramming all those three layers of the skin, so that they can act like they should act, in other words, act younger than they perhaps do at the moment. And we can go on to the next slide as well, Sue, please. And while we're waiting, there we go. So we can see here how the intrinsic youth technology works. First of all, in the top layer of the skin, if you think about your skin, it's your sort of barrier or your defense against the outside world. So it's really important that we keep all the good stuff in and we stop the nasty stuff getting in. So we're really there looking for products that enhance the barrier function of the skin and support the natural oils in the skin and keep the skin at the right pH balance there. So the key products for the top layer of the skin, you can see there: cleanser, toner, brightening serum and moisturizer. The middle layer of the skin, the dermis, it's a really important layer because it sort of gives the skin its bounce and resilience, and that's where your collagen and elastin is synthesized. And you can probably know about collagen. That's what gives your skin a nice plump, youthful look. And the elastin is sort of exactly how it sounds. It's sort of like elastic. And if you think of a nice bouncy elastic band, as opposed to elastic band that's got a little bit aged and perished and saggy, and that's what we're looking for, nice strong elastin to give form to the skin. And the products that work down to this level, you can see, are the moisturizer, the youth serum and the intrinsic complex. We're going to talk about all these products in more detail later on, but just to give you a little bit of an overview there. And then we've got the hypodermis. This is the bottom layer of the skin, and it's really important that we look after this layer. As you can see, it helps with providing a really good foundation. It's a bit like if you think of building a brick wall or something like that. You really need a strong foundation and a healthy foundation, and there are connective tissues in that layer that help to heal any damage done to the skin. In fact, we're constantly renewing the skin. It's a sort of, it's always in motion. It's never sort of static. And we need the cells to turn over on the skin so that the top layer of the skin is constantly renewed. And interestingly, in a sort of a younger person, this turnover of skin takes about 28 days. But unfortunately, by the time you're 60 years old, that would take twice as long. So what we need to do is find products that are going to help to speed that turnover of the cells. And this is how the products are designed to work. Now, over the top layer of, on the top layer of the skin, this is just showing how we purify and fortify the top layer, the epidermis. And it just sort of gives you a few pointers there about keeping moisture in and toxins and allergens out so that we prevent inflammation in the skin. And the result of that is a nice even colour and illuminance to the skin. And also we are going to support the microbiome on the skin, which is something that quite a lot of people don't even know they have. And you can see the products listed below, which are designed to do all those things: the cleanser, the toner, the moisturizer and the brightening serum. So interesting about your skin microbiome, it's the second largest host to your microbiome after your gut. And it's rather strange to think about all those microorganisms on your skin surface. But actually they're there for a really good reason, and they're your friends, not your foes. So all those antibacterial products, if you've got any of those, I suggest you might want to get rid of those, because what we need actually are products that are going to help to protect the microbiome on the skin. It's really, really important. So we're now understanding that we don't really want to be putting harsh chemicals on the skin, or we don't want strong exfoliants on the skin, because that's all going to wreak havoc with the microbiome. And you can see there that how important it is. You can see the picture between skin that's hasn't got a nice barrier, and then the skin on the right, which obviously does. And the product we really talk about when we're thinking about the microbiome from the Trulum range is the Youth Serum. And it contains something called Lactococcus ferment lysate, which is really sort of like something that's going to help stimulate the microbiome on the skin and feed the good bacteria, and help the good bacteria to thrive, and hopefully to help prevent any takeover of bad bacteria on the skin. That's just a simplistic way of putting it. So we want to really look after this layer on the top of the skin. And if you have things like eczema or psoriasis, rosacea, we know that actually your microbiome will be in an altered state. It won't be the same as that of a healthy person with a healthy microbiome. The healthy microbiome helps to keep the skin thick, and it helps the barrier stay nice and effective on the top of the skin. Okay, so then the next slide is we can go to, please, Sue, is talking about the middle layer of the skin, the dermis again. And just here we can see that the products are designed to go down to this middle layer and to fortify this layer by helping to strengthen all the connective tissue and to restore any sort of youthful plumpness and rebound into the skin. And the products that are really helping us to do this are the moisturizer, the Youth Serum, and the intrinsic complex. It's quite interesting that the collagen production unfortunately reduces by about 10% for every decade. So by the time you're 60, you can imagine that your collagen production has slowed down quite a lot. And with age, the elastin fibers stiffen. So they're not going to have that nice rebound. So these products are designed to correct that and to give the skin what it needs to produce the collagen and healthy elastin in the skin to give it its nice bounce again. Then we're going to look down to the hypodermis, which is the skin's foundational level. And it's really interesting, isn't it, that the products don't just sit on the surface of the skin and just treat the top layer, but they're actually designed to penetrate the skin and to work right through all the different layers of the skin. And it's really important that as I said earlier, we have that nice foundation, because that's really going to affect the health of the other layers in the skin as well. And the products there that we know go all the way down, I'm going to talk about a bit more specifically, are the Youth Serum and the intrinsic complex. Okay, so that's a little bit of an overview of the science behind the intrinsic youth technology. And you can see there that the different products, we're going to look at each product now in turn. I'm just going to give you a little bit of information about all the different products, and we're doing it in the correct order, the order that you would use the products. So the first one is the cleansing gel, and this is a very clear gel, really lovely feel on the skin when you use it. And you can see here the benefits of it. It's not harsh like some cleansers, so it doesn't strip the natural oils from the skin, but it does really effectively remove makeup and allergens and toxins, and it keeps the pores really clear and clean. And it supports a healthy but gentle exfoliation. And to use it, you need to just wet your hands and put a pea-sized amount of the gel on your hands to lather it up and rub it into your face. You can then take it off either with warm water, just splashing it with warm water, or you can use a cloth. If you like using a muslin cloth, that works really well as well. And you can see here some of the ingredients, all those natural botanical ingredients, olive oil, coconut. Now, Cuckoo plum, I don't know whether you've heard of that, but in fact, it's a sort of very trendy ingredient of the moment in terms of skincare. And in fact, there was a whole article in the Financial Times on Cuckoo plum and how amazing it is in skincare. It's from Australia, and it has many properties that make it a fantastic ingredient for the skin. So one of the main things is it's very, very high in vitamin C. In fact, it's about 60 times more vitamin C than an orange would have. It's actually the highest concentration of vitamin C in any sort of natural growing thing. And we know that, that vitamin C is an antioxidant, and the skin uses that vitamin C to produce collagen. There's another compound in Cuckoo plum as well. I think you pronounce it allegic acid, and recent studies have found that it reduces inflammation when it's applied to sun-damaged skin. So you'll see that it's present in some of the other products as well, but it's a really fantastic ingredient to have there. The other thing to say about the cleanser is that you know, you don't have to, it's not rough on the skin, it doesn't leave the skin feeling dry once you've used it like some products do, so it doesn't strip all the microbiome on the skin. We've then come to the next product, which is the toner, and this lasts for ages, this product, and it's just a clear, very thin liquid, and you can actually put it in a spray bottle if you wish and just spray it on your face. You can apply it with a cotton wool pad, or what I do is just put a little bit in the palm of one of my hands, put my hands together, and then just dab the moisture all over my face. It's really important not to miss this step out. And this particular toner is moisturizing, which is really, really unusual because most of them are a bit astringent and tend to strip the skin. But what this does is it helps to balance the pH of the skin, which should be slightly acid. So again, it doesn't feel tight. The skin doesn't feel tight at all when you put it on. And the ingredients for the hydrating toner, I'm just going to come up now. But you'll see again they're really all about reducing inflammation. We've got the red algae extract there, reduces sensitivity and inflammation. And we've got two products deriving from oats. And oats have been used for centuries to combat inflammation. In fact, since the Egyptians 2000 BC, they were already using oats to treat eczema, burns, and other inflammatory skin conditions. So that's not a new find, but it's a very effective one for toning down any inflammation in the skin. So the next product is the brightening serum. And this is a fantastic product, particularly for those people who have problems with sort of dark patches on the skin or age spots, which is due to overactive melanin production. As we age, the cells, the melanin cells, tend to become a bit hyperactive and you know, can cause this sort of patches on the skin. So brightening serum is designed to decrease roughness, reduce any age spots, and support the production of collagen. And the result of that should hopefully be this increased luminance in the skin. And you'll see the products coming, the ingredients coming up now. Again, lots of botanical extracts there, including, somebody asked me the other day what squalene was. It's actually found in olive oil. It's a very stable oil, very compatible to the skin's natural oils, but at the same time it's very non-greasy. And it has another property, which is that it's very effective at helping other ingredients become more easily absorbed into the skin. And again, there you'll see it's got vitamin C, which stimulates collagen production we were talking about earlier, and stops that sort of overproduction of melanin and helps to clarify and brighten the skin. So a really fantastic product if you do have any issues there, or trying to prevent age spots occurring. So the product you'll be very familiar with one way or the other is the next one, which is a moisturizer. And this is a fantastic product for increasing the hydration in the skin and moisturizing it really, really effectively, diminishing any fine lines and wrinkles that you may have. The ingredients are all sorts of nice botanicals again, including, here we go, dried apple extract, which is known to increase skin hydration. I think this is pretty amazing, 88% in 30 minutes. And it has the power to keep that high level of hydration for up to 24 hours. So, if you use this moisturizer, I think you'll be amazed. It's by far the best moisturizer I've ever used, and really sort of shows dramatic moisturizing capabilities. You'll see there the list and what it does, but the jojoba leaf extract at the bottom improves the cell cohesion, the keratin production, and stops water loss, increasing hydration in the skin. So a really fantastic product. You only need a very small amount, and it's lovely because it doesn't sort of clog the skin. It's just a really nice feeling when you put it on, and you only need a very, very smaller amount for it to be very effective on the skin. Okay, so the next product is the youth serum. Now, you can probably imagine what this does. And you really will be amazed if you try this product, because it's fantastic for diminishing wrinkles and lines, fine lines that we get as we age. It does show a really good reduction in wrinkles. So this is the one that has the probiotic in it. And it also is very much designed to enhance and protect the microbiome on the skin. I'm going on to the list of ingredients there. You will see all sorts of things, some of which you might be familiar with. The Alexandria senna is really effective, and it sort of mimics hyaluronic acid, which we produce in the skin. And unfortunately, this is sort of critical for skin hydration, and hyaluronic acid is produced by our own skin cells, and it's able, the cells are able to absorb 1,000 times their own weight in water, which is why it's so effective. But we use 1/3 of the hyaluronic acid we need a day, but we must be replenished, obviously. And unfortunately, by the time we get to 40 years old, we only produce 50% of what we actually need. So it's anything that's going to help improve that or mimic the hyaluronic acid is going to be a good thing for the how our skin looks. They've done some tests on the youth serum and shown that after 15 days, there's been a 21% decrease in the appearance of wrinkles, and at the same time a 21% increase in the sort of luminosity that people have reported in their skin. So definitely worth a try, and you can put that all over your face if you wish, or you can just put it on the areas that you're concerned that you may have wrinkles on. So fantastic product. The next one is the eye cream, and I don't know whether you use an eye cream, but it's really advisable to do that because the skin is really thin and delicate around the eye. It really needs a different formulation from the rest of the face. We don't want something that's going to be heavy and to clog the pores and the skin and sort of give you puffy eyes. It's really important to use something that's specific for the eye area. And of course, that's the area we tend to, because the skin is so fine and we move the eyes a lot, it's one of the first areas where we're aware of aging on the face. This is a fantastic cream for the eyes. You just put a very, very small amount on and dab it around the eye socket itself. We don't put eye cream actually close to the eye itself, and it's the action of blinking and moving your eyes which draws the moisture from the cream in towards the eyes and has that effect of plumping up the skin, increasing the collagen production. And again, you can see here we've got that cuckoo plum here again, the red algae extract, and one or two of the things there. A microsphere that encapsulates hyaluronic acid. So that definitely, you get the feeling of the skin plumping up. Very, very effective product there. So the next product in the range is a bit of a wonder product. It's called Intrinsic Complex, and this works right down to the bottom layer of the skin. And it does something pretty amazing. It repairs DNA damage. So this is a sort of, I have this with me all the time, and I put it in all sorts of places on my body. If I ever get any sort of rough skin or broken skin, this is fantastic. I know people who've used it again with acne, any sort of skin damage of any sort, old skin damage that you might have had from the sun. Can even repair that, and it's a sort of, when you think about it, it's pretty amazing that we've got a product that can do that. And the ingredients are really, there's all sorts of interesting things there, but there's a lot of reparative enzymes which are responsible for restoring the damage that has been done. So the roxysomes there, they're repair enzymes. And the ultrasomes is actually a group of 3 enzymes that are derived from bacteria, and they're known to repair DNA damage. And interestingly, some of those work better at night, and some of them are designed to work during the day. So, you know, you can see why it's ideal to use the products at night, but also in the morning at the same as well, so that you're covered during the day and also at night. This is great for all the products are great for all skin types. But this is particularly great for any sort of inflammation, irritation, as I said. Even if you get eczema, it's brilliant for that. You know, I can't sort of sing this product's praises highly enough. I personally have had all sorts of skin issues in my life, and so my skin has caused no end of grief, which is why I have a real interest in skin issues. And this is fantastic. If I ever get any irritation on my skin, I can use this and it just gets rid of it instantly. Brilliant, brilliant product. So we've had a sort of quite a quick spin through all the products. They are available to buy individually. So you can just dip in and out and decide, oh, I'm going to try that product or the other product. However, I really advise you to try and buy one of the bundles if you can, because they're going to work effectively because you've got the products all working well together. But it is very cost effective as well to buy the products in a bundle, and you can see there are 3 options. Well, the first is to buy all 7 products, and you've got them all there to use. You might want to start with the middle pack, which is what we call the starter daily basics pack, and that has the cleanser, the toner, the moisturizer, and the intrinsic complex there that I've just spoken about. And then you have the supplemental pack that has the youth serum, the eye concentrate, and the brightening serum there as well. So those are your options. They are obviously designed to work together. They're suitable for men as well as women because they're not highly perfumed products, and I think you'll agree the packaging is not particularly feminine, although it looks really, really smart. So I hope that this webinar has probably encouraged you to try the products for yourself and to really see if you can also benefit from all the wonderful anti-aging properties that Trulum has. And I just wanted to leave you really with a quote about this sort of type of skincare from the former president of Longcom. And it just shows you where skincare is heading. So she said, bacteria, yeast, and enzymes are to beauty what electricity is to modern day cars, such as the Tesla. And this is really what Synergy have embraced in their Trulum products. So they're very, very up to date with all the latest science and all the latest understanding about how we need to nourish and look after our skin. So that's it for this evening. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope you have a very good evening, and hopefully you will enjoy maybe looking at and listening to some of the other webinars that we've had this week if you've managed, if you haven't managed to catch them all to date. Thank you very much. Bye bye.